Quando eu saí hoje para andar com meu irmão, a gente conheceu um cara da Nova Zelândia. Esse vídeo que você vai assistir agora é uma conversa que eu tive com ele, uma conversa curtinha. O sotaque da Nova Zelândia é diferente de qualquer coisa que você já ouviu, mas eu prometo que se você assistir esse vídeo com paciência, repetir um pouquinho algumas frases, não vai ficar difícil de você entender, tá certo? Tem legenda também para te ajudar. Faça bom proveito e eu vou trazer mais essas conversas com gente falando inglês aqui pro canal, para você poder aprender cada vez mais. Manda bala!
Recording?
We were very lucky to actually find a person, a native English speaker here. So this man from New Zealand, excuse me, sir, what's your name? What are you called?
Daryl.
Daryl. Okay, all right. Daryl with a D,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, there you go. So Daryl, it's very nice to meet you. And first, I have to ask you, New Zealand is further away from here than Brazil. So what are you doing here?
Yeah. Well, I've been living in Spain for the last 4 years. We came here during the pandemic. I always wanted to live in Spain, this part of Spain, because it's a beautiful part of the world. It has great cycling, great food, great culture on the Mediterranean.
Nice.
And so here we are.
So you're a cyclist?
Yeah, a hobby cyclist.
All right, okay. We
Yeah.
actually see many people cycling around. Do you do like a specific route here?
Yeah, so I have friends visiting, and we've done a 3-day route. But today my bike broke just before I arrived here, so I'm now waiting for my wife to pick me up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to ask you that because there is nothing around here so you can fix your bike. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so you're
yeah.
waiting on your wife. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
All right. As I told you, I'm an English teacher, right? And I have heard the New Zealand accent before.
Yes.
And it's very different from everything else. I'd like to ask you if coming from New Zealand, is it hard to understand British people talking, or even my English, which is a little more American?
You sound American, but my wife is from Scotland.
Okay.
And when I go to Scotland, she has to translate the English for me so I understand it. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand mostly what people say, but they have special phrases and yeah.
I see. Many people are afraid when they go to talk to people with different accents because they don't understand anything.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
normal then.
Yeah. And I would say don't be afraid, whatever language. You just try and speak it, and people will be friendly and helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Are people friendly and helpful back in New Zealand?
Oh, very much. Yeah. New Zealand love visitors. They're very friendly people. They like to help people, and they like people traveling in their country.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's a very. Is it a tropical country?
Well, you have it's a very long country, so you have tropical forests in the north, and in the south it can be quite cold.
All right. And the weather is as good as this one?
No.
I would think so. What is the difference?
New Zealand has a lot more rain. In the southern part of New Zealand, 3 meters of rain a year, and it's a narrow country, so it has a lot of wind and a lot of rain from the coast. Yeah, so the weather here in this particular region, the Alicante region of Spain, is very, very good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. In Brazil, it's very hot too.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
like you said, it rains a lot and everything.
Yeah.
Nothing like
Yeah.
this.
So like this time of the year is fantastic. It's 25 degrees every day. The sun shines. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So.
And if I or any other person ever wants to go to New Zealand, what is the first place you think they should visit to really get a feel for the country?
I think to understand New Zealand properly, you need to go to 2 places that are very close to each other, Rotorua and Taupo. And those 2 places, because there's a lot of Maori culture there, and our heritage comes from the Maori culture, and you can get to see a pōwhiri, which is like a welcoming dance. They will also show you a haka, which is like a challenge. You will get to eat the Maori kai, which is food. food, which is typically a hangi, which is food cooked under the ground. I think you have a similar thing,
Underground.
yeah, in Brazil. And close by is Taupo with large volcanic mountains, and that area like sums up New Zealand, yeah. So that's what I would recommend to anybody.
All right, okay, that's amazing. And one last question. Do you like rugby?
I love rugby. Yeah, it's our religion. It's like your religion is football.
Exactly.
You have a god called Pele. We have a god called Richie McCaw.
Richie what? Sorry?
Richie McCaw.
Richie McCaw.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I haven't heard of him. I feel a little bit ashamed because you have heard of Pelé and I haven't heard about Richie. I'm gonna look him up. I promise.
Okay.
Daryl, thank you very much. It was very nice to talk to you.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, brother.